Hold on, stop. Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, Boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill.
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.
So you just heard a couple clips of us when we were in Colorado on our elk hunt.
A little blip. That was going up for our initial. That was our first drive up the mountains.
Yes, it was.
Mountains.
We just finished up our Denver Airport Conspiracy podcast, and if you haven't seen it, please check it out.
I shot 5 elk bulls.
15.
With 1 arrow.
We will say that, and I didn't mention this in the last one, that your dad, the bull that he saw, the herd bull,
I think hands down the biggest.
I think he mentioned once, maybe twice, hands down the biggest bull elk he's ever seen, and that includes the bulls that he has seen in Estes Park, which is a natural reserve where you can't hunt, so they know they can be there, and they'll just grow huge.
Yeah, bro, we went there.
We have a picture. I have a picture.
Where'd you get one?
I got one on the camera.
We were at a stoplight, and I was like, "Yo, check out that bull there!"
Oh my god, it's a bull!
And this fucking elk bull was laying down next to an elk statue.
Yes, and it was bigger than a statue.
Both Mike and my dad, Mike, they're like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" I was in the back seat, and I was like, "He's right over there." And they were looking at the elk statue, and they eventually saw the elk.
I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, just chilling. Well, I mean, I wish we had more time to drive around there. I know my dad hates places like a tourist trap, but...
Because he lives there. For us, it's...
Yeah, he's been there a million times.
It's a tourist trap we haven't been to.
But for what it is, like, you gotta drive around in that town at least a couple times.
Sidebar. This, I think, is my least favorite age-weight theory I've ever had.
Really?
It's not bad. It's just my least favorite.
What is it?
It is transformation copy session.
I'll try it. I'll try not to get blood all over. I just sliced my finger open with one of my goddamn 800 knives.
So I'm going to preface this by, we just got back a day and a half ago, and we went up this afternoon to... I'm not taking that one.
No, I mean neither. It's like barley.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
It's like really.
This will go down as our first age-weight theory that we...
Which I thought we had that one there.
No, I don't think we did. I think you got this one because we hadn't.
It's not bad.
So we stopped at a brewery tonight. Okay, let's go back. While we were in Colorado, we stopped at a couple breweries.
Well, what part of Colorado were we in?
Longmont. So we went to Collision.
Oh, baby blue eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if you're listening there,
Lexi, if you can hear us, if you hold true to your word, you're going to listen to our podcast. Anyway, she did a couple shots with us. And,
couple?
Yeah. We had a nice little bill there. The food was good. The beer was so-so. It was not my favorite brewery.
I think we talked about this already. I already talked about the...
Did we do?
Yeah, now you have to excuse us because we cut this section up into 2 different... Like, the first part is going to be 2 weeks before what we're talking about now. And then because remember we talked about the car bombs? They were in 2 different glasses?
Okay, we did. Okay.
Yeah.
So I take all that back and just ignore it. You could skip ahead.
But baby blue eyes.
Lexi.
I love you.
Which is kind of creepy because it's my daughter's name, and I think I got to call you something other than Lexi because, man, those eyes.
Baby blue eyes.
Yeah, baby blue eyes is good. And then we went...
Or angel eyes.
Did we talk about left hand while we were...
No, because we didn't... Remember we were driving up in the wood? Left hand was when we came back down.
Okay. So we came down for a day and a half, back to civilization from the campsite, and we went to Left Hand Brewing. And Left Hand Milk Stout is one of my favorite beers ever.
Not mine. I liked it a lot.
I know you didn't like it as much as I do, but
the St. Vrain Triple.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
now the St. Vrain is a river out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So Left Hand actually treated us very well over there. Because I was raving about the milk stout and it was a nitro on tap, which, oh my God, you got
stickers, you got
the head on that beer just coated the glass until I was done.
You got
they gave us
we got 2 free bottles of nitro milk stout.
Yeah, to bring home with us.
And I ended up giving mine to Mike so he can take one home to Deb. Did you guys drink those?
Not yet.
Not yet?
They're in the icebox. They're cooling. She'll drink it when she's up to it.
Cool.
It was one of her favorite beers for a long time.
Which, by the way, the one, what do you call him? The beer distributor out here that I come up to go visit Mike. They have the nitro. I asked him, actually, he's like, what are you looking for? And I was like, do you have anything by Left Hand? And he goes, we have the nitro stout. I'm like, holy shit. And
now the nitro stout will not be the same in a can or a bottle as it is on the tap.
No.
The nitro on the tap is just, I don't even know how they could do nitro in a bottle. It just doesn't make sense to
me. But their peanut butter milk stout?
It's a peanut butter milk stout.
I know you said it was way better on tap.
Absolutely.
I think I had a sip of yours when I was on tap, but I had one last night, and that fucking beer, my God, was so delicious.
I enjoyed it in a can.
Like, I don't often, like, just take a sip and, like, but that was, like, every sip I took and I think maybe the closest you might be able to get to that is what was the, something Jesus? Peanut butter.
Sweet Baby Jesus.
Sweet Baby Jesus. That's no, that one's not up there.
You sure?
Yeah, it's a bottle.
It's in a can, too.
I've never seen it in a can.
Where?
That's Sweet Baby Java.
Yeah.
No, Sweet Baby Jesus.
Chocolate peanut butter.
Well, that one must have, like, coffee.
Yeah.
With the Sweet Baby Jesus, it's just peanut butter. Peanut butter stout.
So, what I found with that beer.
Which one?
The Left Hand peanut butter stout. Milk stout. I found on tap, the peanut butter flavor was legit. It tasted like peanut butter.
You said
in the can.
Your words were
it tastes like fake peanut butter in the can and
fake
in the bottle.
Peanut butter in a can. I don't agree with you on that one.
Well, you could be wrong. All you
maybe
it's America, bro.
Maybe I was just feeling pretty good last night. But you did say that when you got it on tap, it's like they squirted put a scoop of real peanut butter in your beer.
Yeah, absolutely. So tonight, we had planned on going to 2 breweries in our area before we did the podcast. The one closes at 3, so we did not make it there.
Yeah, I was ashamed. I've been meaning to go to this place for a while.
Yeah, I know, and we'll make it there sometime this week. You'll come up sometime after work this week.
I'm trying to fart, but I think I got a shit.
Don't shit yourself. But the employees from that brewery showed up at the brewery we were at after work and brought us around. And
thank you.
I want to thank
that
hot
hot blonde chick that brought me around a beer.
I'll just call her one of my favorite bartenders. So she brought us around of beers, which was awesome. Didn't have to do that, but that was great. But the brewery we're at the beer is not as good as Black Rock. So we were at Pilgaroo Brewing. And
now let me spell that for you, because my spelling was I'd never heard of Pilgaroo.
Okay,
and you guys were like, "Oh, that's a."
It means Pilgrim's Rest.
Pilgrim's Rest.
And the only reason I know that is after this brewery opened up officially, I was riding my motorcycle over 501 down towards Warnersville area.
Yeah.
And at the top of the mountain, there was a sign that said Pilgaroo. It was one of those blue historic signs. And I had to stop and go back. I'm like, holy shit, that actually means something? So I went back up and I read it, and it means Pilgrim's Rest.
So Pilgaroo is 2 words. according to this.
Yes.
I guess I would
assume it was on the sign, too.
Spelled the same. So Pilger is Pilger,
mm-hmm.
and then Rue is Ruh.
Right.
Pilgaroo.
Yes.
It's said as one word, but it's two words.
Right.
And nod to them, like their artwork was awesome. The bathroom was awesome. The names of the beers were fucking awesome.
I got to tell you, the first thing I look for when I go to a brewery is how nice the shitter is.
Did you go in the bathroom?
No.
The bathroom was like, dude, it looked like a luxury bathroom.
That's cool.
Granite, like it was well done. There was lots of soap, pictures on the wall. But I actually got their last sticker. I asked the guy, "You got any of your stickers?" And he goes, "Oh, I have one more left." Apparently, his brother, who is another brewer there, they were down at some other festival in Pennsylvania, and he said he took all the stickers. But this one that I got,
and I do not have that one.
So it's a little nod at NWA, but it says PRB. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. And I had I think some of their beers.
We had 4 different beers there.
Kind of seemed watered down. Some of them were kind of bitter. Maybe they're just getting a start.
No, they've been around. They've been brewing for a couple of years. They actually sponsor the Pottsville Brew Festival.
Okay.
Which is cool.
The banana beer, which I didn't really get a whole lot of banana. It was like nanas or something.
Yeah, I didn't get the banana. Now I did get smoky out of that one.
But
I like the smoky stout.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was good. Their Pilsner was pretty decent. The Oktoberfest, I was disappointed. It wasn't a bad beer. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it was a bad beer.
No, but your typical, what you showed me on Oktoberfest beers.
You want more malt, a little sweetness.
Yeah, that was a little bit bitter.
Yeah, there's a little bitterness in it and less sweetness.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just inexperience in making a Marzen. And that could be. I don't know if anybody knows, but we made a Take on the World brew. No. we brewed a Take on the World beer. It was a double Oktoberfest. And it came out bad.
It was horrible.
We screwed it up pretty good.
Some of it was you'd open it up and I think one I opened up and it wasn't even cold yet. It was like one of the first ones and it had the fizz to it and it tasted good. It was like a little sweet and then everyone after that was just bitter, no carbonation.
Nasty, no carbonation. That's what happens when you make mistakes when you're brewing.
Yeah.
And I'm not a professional brewer, but I have been brewing for almost 30 years now. And I screwed it up. There's no excuse for it. It happens.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Sometimes you got to dump a batch out.
Yeah.
So I'm not indicting them for having a bad brew. I just think what I expect from a Marzen or an Oktoberfest beer, I didn't get with that beer. As well as when we were out at Wibby in Colorado, I did not enjoy their Oktoberfest either.
Yeah, Wibby was
the rest of their beers are pretty good.
Not my favorite.
The double dunkel was good.
That was good. Jesus Christ!
But we didn't get there yet.
There's like 40 different breweries, and
that was Mikey jump ahead there
in the Longmont area. But Wibby was not my favorite.
I love the place.
I think my favorite part about that was the owner's German Shepherd just walking around,
ignoring everybody.
Yeah.
Like, hey, asshole, bye.
But no, I honestly their beer wasn't bad. I wish I would have known them, or sorry, not known them, but I wish I would remember the beer that I bought. But there was a couple of them that were really good.
I got a flight out there. It was 8 beers, and then he gave me the 9th one because I'd ordered the Dunkel, and he goes, "If you order Dunkel, you got to try the double Dunkel." And the double Dunkel. Delicious, bro.
There was 2 that I really liked that whole thing. You got them in your flight. I got them in 2 12-ounces. And I remember we were sitting at the bar, and you're like, "That's the something, something, something." I'm like, "No, that's this, and this is that." And you're like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "Mike, I just fucking ordered them."
Well, you fucked up.
Open your ears. Open your little... I know they're tiny, and there's not a whole lot going in them, but I'm telling you, you're wrong. But those were my 2 favorite... But hands down, Left Hand was my favorite.
Yeah, Left Hand by far.
That
from this trip was our favorite.
Saint Vrain triple.
Yeah,
is. If I could get that, no, I tried to. I asked the guy at the beer distributor. I said, "Take my name down." He's already got beer from Left Hand, but he says, "I don't know if I can get the other ones. They only depends like what they ship out." So
it's weird with distributorships in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he was trying to tell me, and I'm like, "What the? I don't understand."
Yeah, if your main distributor doesn't carry it, you won't get it.
Right, and they're not gonna. Left Hand's not gonna. He goes, "How big are they?" I said, "I don't think they're that big. I think they're kind of small."
Left Hand?
Yeah.
I know I've had Left Hand for a while now, nationwide.
And then I was like, "Well, yeah, like that makes sense. Like they're not going to ship a small batch all the way to Pennsylvania."
No.
Oh my God! Excuse me.
No, but if that's one of the new up and coming beers, you might see it out here.
See, I don't know, but I guarantee we won't see the. I had the two. It was the Galactic Cowboy and the Saint Vrain triple, but they were cask aged.
You won't get them out here
for 5 years, and they
were limited run.
They were limited run, and they broke in my bow case. They broke in my bow case on the way home. So sorry, Amanda and Kyle. You're just gonna have to go out to Colorado and get them yourself.
Shit happens. So
anyway, what the fuck are we talking about? What was this episode about?
We're just talking about what we did when we were in Colorado.
Well, apparently you was drink a lot of beer.
Well, we talked a little bit about our hunting experiences on our last podcast.
How about that? Now, I know my dad says this, and I've regurgitated what he says, that there's no good food in Colorado, but I beg to differ.
I do too.
Mexican food.
Because I wanted to get to the high Mexican population in Longmont, Colorado. There are Mexican food stores everywhere. And
I've never been to a Mexican grocery store. And they had shrimp, pork, like the whole section of fresh cut meat you can get. I ended up getting chorizo. I got eggs.
The chorizo was the bomb.
And it wasn't greasy.
Nope.
I hate that store. Like when we get around here, you buy that Goya. I'm not knocking Goya, but it's greasy.
And it doesn't crumble. It mushes.
Yeah.
This stuff got a little crumbly. It was not greasy. You also got the tamales. And
so we go in, right? And I'm like a kid in a candy store. So right by not the vending machine, the cashier, there was like a big cart of just regular plastic Ziploc bags full of tamales. And there were
6 tamales in a bag.
6 tamales in a bag. And there was like Colorado tamales, queso, salsa verde, green chili, and half of them I didn't even understand because they were like abbreviated. But I was like, "Fuck it, dude. They were warm. They were warm because we got there in the morning, and they were warm." So I bought like 4 bags of these things.
Took them back to the campsite. We had them every night.
Oh, had them every night. Oh, every night. Fucking delicious. And you just like I put them in the pan and just steamed them up. Put a little water in there. Put something over to cover it and steam them up.
Kept them in the corn husk.
We did fry a couple in bacon fat.
Bacon. Those were
kept them in the corn husk.
Yep.
Obviously, but fried them in the. Oh my God! So we went back when we finally came back down. We got there a little late. It was like 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and they had 3 bags left, and we picked up all 3 bags of them.
Yeah.
And they had cups of like their homemade fresh salsa.
That salsa verde is what we got, the green one.
Yeah, I thought that was good. It was spicy.
You said it was too spicy for you, little pussy.
Dad liked it. I liked a little bit on, like if you did too much, it was too spicy for me. It overpowered the flavor of what you were eating.
Well, you know what that comes from?
You being gay.
Having a vagina makes it too spicy.
But they had like 4 different kinds of sauces, and I would have loved to try them all. and but I only got the salsa verde, the chorizo. So we got chorizo. I got a Mexican Coke from them, then we ended up mixing that with whiskey.
Whoa, what? We did?
No, you didn't. I did. I did the one that you checked out early. It was snowing, and you were just like beat. Like you hadn't slept for 4 days. You didn't have your machine, and I had a
hankering for some.
Well, I was awake, and I had like my second wind, and I was like, all right, fuck it. And I think I drank like 3 cups of coffee, and yeah, I went to town. I had a couple swigs of whiskey. I bought you a little bottle of Bullet.
Yes, you did. Oh, Bullet was
and then
perfect.
I think I ended up drinking like a quarter of that too.
That's okay, because I put ginger ale in it. And
yeah, I mean, when we first went up to camp, we were eating freeze-dried foods, which they'll make a turd, but they're not the greatest. It's
no. I did kind of like the biscuits and gravy.
I was like, bro, I hate to be you tomorrow. I don't know how the fuck you did not blow up the woods the next day. So I don't know.
If anybody doesn't know, when you're camping, like for real camping, you got to shit in the woods. You got to find a log, hang your ass over it.
Yeah, the best place is to find a log, like a tree that fell down, right? And a lot of the trees out there, they got the bark on them. So I took my knife and I cut the bark off so you have a nice flat, clean spot.
Smooth surface.
And then you just hang your ass over the back end of this log like it was a toilet seat. We had the poo shovel.
Yeah, with the poo shovel.
We found a shovel in the woods at our campsite, and we took that. What I would do is I would dig a hole behind the tree, right? And then you crap in this woods. You try not to crap on your pants because you gotta pull your pants down. Like you can't just
shit through your pants.
You can't just shit through your pants.
Oh, there's no magic shit pants.
And you crap in this hole, and then you cover the hole up after you wipe your ass with some wet wipes, and
you bury it.
You bury it. Yeah. Don't be dirty. Don't just leave it out there.
And the wet wipes were biodegradable for all our environmental listeners out there.
But so is the poop.
Yes.
You know what the grossest thing I saw?
We're shitting in the woods.
No. When we went down when we first went down that long path, down that bumpy ass road, the back road.
Yeah.
And we parked there. We both fell asleep in the truck for like 2 hours. Then we went out later on at night. And we were sitting on that hillside. I had shit so bad. So I disappeared. My dad's like, where are you going? I'm like, I got to shit. So I haul off into the woods and I find this log. I crap over the log, right? And as soon as I pull my pants up, a fly lands on my shit. And I could see its like little sucker come out. I was like, and I was like, I almost threw up. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, how disgusting is that? I'm like, what fucking animal can eat your shit and be happy? Like
a fly.
A fly.
A fly.
And then I fucking took some pine. I cut down like a couple pine leaves or the pine cone or whatever the fuck you call
it.
Needles. And I covered it up. Right? And I came back and you were talking to my dad. You were like, does this water have cryptosporidium in it now? And I'm like, it does now. I'm like, down there.
I'm like, your dad said it had Giardia.
Giardia, yeah.
In all the water up there, you got to be careful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you walk around. There's all that elk poop.
It makes sense. But I'm looking at this crystal clear.
Well, that's
stream,
what gets you. Yep.
And I'm thinking, man,
you can't see parasites, dude.
That is, it's just beautiful.
And you think some rook just came by and they dumped a quarter mile up the road like I did, and you're drinking this fucking water and getting sick. But, yeah, what was that? What the hell shit was that?
We didn't have to fuck with any of the water up there. Your dad had 15 gallons of water when we went up.
We had
a case of bottles.
Yeah.
So, we were good on water, which is a good thing because we were able to wash everything and clean everything properly.
Now, had we gone up to the lake, you would have had to get them bags.
Yeah.
and then filter it.
Well, I had Nathan's Boy Scout filter.
Yeah. So that's what we did the last time I was up there, which is not bad, but it takes a little bit longer. Yeah, I mean, there's not many people. Like when I was talking to my grandma when I called her after we left, she's like, "I don't know how you guys do it. You must really like that. There's no fucking way." What? You gotta hit that cherry. But I love it, dude. I loved it.
You know what? I as cold as I was the first couple nights, I enjoyed the camping. I did.
You were cold because my
sleeping bag was too small for me.
You're sleeping. Well, that and then whatever your sleeping pad did not insulate you from the ground.
No, because the sleeping bag was too small for me, I could only lay it over top of me, and I could put my feet in it, but I had nothing underneath me, and all I had was that $7 inflatable mattress.
Yeah,
which we got at Walmart.
Which is so weird because your $7 inflatable mattress from Walmart was probably
it was nice,
5-6 inches thick,
but the cold ground came right up to it, bro.
And then my pad, which was expensive as shit,
but it has foam in it.
It has a little bit of foam in it, and it was like an inch thick.
Yeah,
and that kept my ass warm the whole fucking time.
Now your dad gave me the other sleeping bag, so I put one sleeping bag under me and one on top of me, and I was toasty.
Yeah,
sweating all night.
Well, that's how I was when I would go to sleep. I actually, except for the last night, I left my jacket on. But for the most part, I just left my hunting pants on. The what the fuck are those pants? The other pants that I got.
Your Cheetos. Your Flamin' Hot Cheetos pants.
Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I needed
some thermal stuff.
We went to Walmart. We were fucking wasted. We were not wasted. We were lit up, and we're just having a good time. And
we had just left the collision, I believe.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, I need thermal underwear. And that's the only thing they had my size was these
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Fucking red Flaming Hot Cheetos pajamas. And thank God I had those because those kept my ass warm.
Well, I tell you, I put my house pants, pajamas, whatever they are, underneath my hunting clothes, and they kept me warm while we were hunting on my legs. I had 3 layers, t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt, and a hoodie. And then I threw another T-shirt or a long.
See, now I told you that when we came out there.
Right, you told me that. And I was going to say that.
It's a gamble. You wanted to take your big hoodie,
right,
which would have been awesome, but I was like, it's a gamble because it's not going to fit in anything. And
I would have had to wear it on the plane, and that
I said, my past experience, it really hasn't been that cold up there, and you can get away with.
We got 3 nights of like brutal cold weather.
Yeah, we got.
I woke up the one morning, it was 17 degrees. By the time you woke up, it was 80.
But
because you woke up at
for
noon,
the most part, like you really didn't need a jacket all day long.
No, during the day you did not.
Like even when it was cold as shit, we went out later on that day.
Just a hoodie was my pullover was good.
It was hot.
Yeah, but those 3 mornings were 17, 21, and 23 degrees.
My toes were a little cold the one night.
We got a little snow, which was cool. Like I was like a kid.
Oh, he was a Chinese tourist.
I was a Chinese tourist taking pictures, but I was a kid when it snowed because all I wanted to see was those Rocky Mountains with snow caps on them. And I woke up that morning, and you could see the one mountain to the right of us when you look through the trees, the tip of it. And I said to your dad, I'm going to take pictures. I'll be back.
Well, that's funny because I woke up, right? I always woke up like an hour after you guys. And I stumbled out. I noticed the truck's gone. I said, what do you go, sightseeing? He's like, yeah, he's out taking pictures. And I was like,
well, what was also cool was when we got there, I took pictures of the aspen trees. And during this segment and our last segment, I'll be throwing those pictures and some videos of stuff that we saw out there up. I took pictures of the aspen trees when we got there.
I like aspen trees.
And they were green. And then, like 3 days in, there was a little bit yellow in the middle.
Yeah.
And then 6 days in,
they were red.
There was red in the middle, yellow one around that, and green around that. It was just cool.
They were brown.
Yeah, it was just so cool. We could watch them turn colors every day.
Yeah.
And there was a nice big aspen patch on the other side of the hill we were camping from. Because once we got out of the single tent, we went into that big tent. That That was the perfect spot. And we'll pause right here for this commercial break. And welcome back to our loyal listeners.
Yeah.
So yeah, I look at it as it was beautiful out there.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing like being out west.
The fact that we walked up a mountain to the top of it. Now it was burned out from the what fire was that?
It was the Cameron Pass fire.
Yeah. So we walked up to the top of that, and we thought there was a green spot on the other side where we might find some elk. And
there was nothing.
When we got up there, there was
more rocks.
There was just more rocks and burnt trees.
Rock. It looked like the.
But the view from up there, dude.
Oh yeah,
it was fucking beautiful.
Yeah, you could. That's the one thing that's was good about it is you could see a hell of a lot farther.
Yeah.
If it was all green, you wouldn't be able to look out and see anything.
No, and like I said, I enjoyed every.
Yeah, so you got to see both. You got to see the burned out part, which I've never seen. I've never walked around in the burned out woods, and then you got to see what
the lush part
it should look like when it's not burned out.
And a shout out to the forest, the DNR guy, who gave us the hint to go over to that one area because it was perfect for elk hunting over there.
Oh yeah, we traded patches, and thank God he had patches. He had two patches, one for each of us, and I was like, that's awesome.
And so
I thought he was going to come back empty-handed. He was just going to have one patch for you. I was like, oh.
I got to email him tomorrow, and I'm going to send him some patches from our work.
Yeah.
If you're not in law enforcement, you might not get it, but we trade patches when we go places. When we were in Saipan, we got patches from Saipan, from the Sapanese State Police.
Well, this trip turned out to be, I guess they had just changed over the name of their division.
From division of to department of.
Yeah, so
the patches all changed.
The patches were different, so we got the
old patches.
The old patches.
The more sought after ones.
The more sought after ones. And it just so happens when he came up to talk to us, he had just taken the patches off his jacket to put the new ones on. And so like mine still have like stitches.
Yeah, so do mine, yeah.
And the not stitches, but the thread.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get him our old patch and our new patch.
I have an old patch too.
Okay.
If you need.
Yeah. I might need one. I might have one shirt with it on yet, but
I think I have two old patches and I got a bunch of the new ones.
Yeah, the new ones are easy to get. I could just go to the office and buy some. But I'd like to get him the old patch and a new patch and send it out to him.
I wish you could get him the old patch.
I have
that
one.
Has the Berks County, the Keystone, yeah. Or was it the Berks County logo, the county logo?
Oh, I had
the shape of the county.
I had the old one, which was a felt keystone, and it just said Berks County Prison on it, with the state seal on it, not the county seal.
That one would be cool.
Right. It's almost like the state.
I'd be hard pressed to get rid of that one.
I will not get that one up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Justin. And the one day we got up a little late. We wanted to get up at 4, and somehow
we
ended up
getting like 4:30.
We had an alarm issue.
For those who are interested, the night before, my pop says, "What time do you think we should get up?" I'm like, "I don't know." We all agreed on 4:00.
Hold on. John's like, "We should get up at 4."
No, I did not. Those words. Oh. Those words never came out of my fucking mouth.
I have to call your dad.
So, anyways, we all agreed on 4, and my father had set his alarm on his watch the night before, and it never went off. And he asked me, he said, "Do you have an alarm?" I said, "Yeah, I have an alarm on my phone." So I set it for 4:00 in the morning. It went off.
Yeah.
Then I hit snooze.
5 times.
Then it went off again. I hit snooze. And I don't think we got out of bed till like 8.
Hold on. No, you got out of bed at 8. Your dad and I were up at 6.
And so they were busting my balls like about.
But I tell you what.
That's the last time we asked you to wake up at 4.
It takes a lot out of you. Hiking up.
Wake up at 4, yeah. I know.
No, just just when we went in the afternoon, we would go in the evening.
Well, here's
until it was dark. And
now you know this.
Hold on, it takes a lot out of you getting up and down those mountains, and you're tired, like you're beat, and the altitude, like we were going from 8,000 feet, and we almost went to 11,000 feet in altitude.
Not that high.
Yeah, when we were on the top, when we were top of that mountain, it was 10-9.
Oh wow!
I had the GPS, bro.
But so when my alarm went off, I woke up at 4.
Oh yeah, and then you turn it off.
And then I hit snooze. I think the second time I hit snooze, I woke up and I looked around. I'm like, all right, Dad gets up, I'm gonna get up. If Mike gets up, I'm gonna get up. Nobody got up, and I was like, thank fucking God. I was like, I just want to go back to sleep, and I was so tired. And
truth be told, I was glad you didn't get up.
Yeah, I think everybody was. And so then eventually I shut my alarm off.
I will bust your chops at the end of time.
Yeah, it was all good fun. But these guys ended up getting up at 6, and I got up at 8, and then they were busting my chops.
And
like,
it was a little late to tromp into the woods, so we made a plan for the afternoon. And John and I got in the truck and went down Poudre Canyon.
I'll go to the
what was the name of that place?
Echo Canyon.
Echo Canyon General Store. And we were down there for a few minutes. Just got some stupid shit. Just we were just really
smokes,
wasting time.
Beer
for his dad. Some beer, a bottle of bourbon, and we sat at the bar and had 2 beers.
Oh no, we got those corn chip scoops.
Oh yeah,
with the cheese dip.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
When you're eating freeze dried food, there's nothing better than Fritos and cheese dip.
They were like Frito scoops. And there was like this can of cheese, Fritos cheese dip. Oh my God!
And normally I wouldn't eat that.
We fucked that up.
We fucked it up.
And I didn't get any Doritos
because you were out chatty Cathying with strangers.
So this motherfucker's plowing down on a fucking 10-pound bag of Doritos.
It was a small bag. It was not a 10-pound bag.
I just remember getting in the car. And he's like. I guess you didn't want Doritos there, Chatty Cathy.
Oh, that was good.
And I was like, motherfucker, I came equipped.
You were talking to him.
You think a fat guy leaves a store without food? Do you think another fat guy is going to rely on another fat guy to not eat that food that he buys before he leaves the store?
And props to John, he shared his Fritos and dip. Even though, while he was out chatting up the fly fishermen,
yeah, did I tell you what his fucking wife said?
Burritos, bro.
So I'm standing there, right? And he was like, his door was open, so I couldn't get in the door. That's why I started talking about him. And I just made hey, how you doing? What are you up here? And he started asking. He was from Pennsylvania too. He was up.
Was he?
Yeah. He lived in Pennsylvania down near, like the Philly area,
Norristown, Conshohocken.
Yeah, a little up further. Because he was naming the river and shit. And then he said he lived up northern Pennsylvania. Like at Wilkes-Barre, but more eastern.
Okay.
Anyways, so he's asking me, he's like, why I said I'm visiting family, elk hunting. He said, oh, amazing. You see anything? And then at one point his wife asked, she's like, what are you using this shit at him? And I was like, bow and arrow. And she's like, oh. And then he says, he's like, I thought you guys were using muskets or something. And I said, well, yeah, that's
muzzleloader.
Muzzleloader is going on this time. And she's like, muzzleloader? She's like, what happens when you shoot one of them with a muzzleloader? Does it explode?
They die.
And he looks at her and he's like, no, it doesn't explode, you dumb bitch. He's like, it's just like a gun. It has a projectile, and it's a little old school, but it puts a hole in them, and then you bleed to death. And she's like, that sounds gross. They blow up.
Gross. So we went back to camp, went out that night, and that was the night that we went down that road.
The road.
Was it? The bumpy road.
All the way down?
Yeah.
And we didn't hear shit down there.
Not that night, but that's the night the night after, that's the night that snowed.
Right. So that night we got home from, it rained.
Oh my God, did it rain?
Thunderstormed.
Yep.
And then the next night after that, it fucking snowed.
And the thing is, it's so dry out there. And you don't realize this, but it's so dry out there. When it would, most of the time when it rained, you'd wake up in the morning and the ground was dry. It would suck that water in.
No. Let me. It's so weird. Like, you would think it would, but it doesn't. Like, that puddle that was behind the truck.
Yeah, but that was from that last,
and it
torrential rain.
And, even when I dumped the cooler out of water, it laid on the ground, and the ground didn't absorb it.
No, but it just dried. Like, the air dried it.
Yeah. So you think, when it rains like hell, and the ground doesn't absorb it, it just...
runs off, yeah.
Runs off, and then when we were out there was probably, what do you think, 10, 15 search and rescue vehicles, helicopters.
Oh, yeah.
There was a flood a week prior to when we went out there, and...
they said a family was sitting at their dinner table, 4 people, and the whole house got swept away.
Yeah.
And they were still looking for the last body.
Yeah, there was 11 people total on the Poudre Canyon that got swept away, and they were looking for one... And then when you would drive down the Poudre Canyon, there was a sink in the middle of the river.
Yep.
Shingles.
A chair.
Oh, yeah,
it was when you think about it, it's horrible.
It's sad.
It is sad.
Really sad.
And it was a family. It was a mother, father, and two kids.
And then you look at other shit, and it's untouched.
Yeah.
It's right next to a house that got knocked over, and it's untouched.
We were driving up the first day. We saw it was just a chimney standing that was from the fire.
Yeah, burnt out.
It was a whole house burnt out. Just chimney was left.
Yeah. Anything that wasn't wood or stone.
Kudos to the mason.
And then you see all these signs going up 63 East, 44H. Thank you, firefighters. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I would thank them too. Like, if you saved my fucking big old house from a forest fire, I'd suck your dick.
Well,
you would.
I would. I'd let you.
I'd make my wife do it.
Okay.
I'm not married, but...
So, all in all, it was a great,
fun there's more to talk about.
Trip.
You're not ending this right now.
I'm not ending it. I'm just saying. I was in awe of the views. I was in awe of the forest. When we saw the moose, here's a scenario for the moose. The Mises. So I said to John, I'm going to go behind this patch of trees and just walk up around that way if you want to head over to where your dad is. So I go up behind these pines, and I don't have an arrow knocked or nothing. I get behind these pines, and I see these 2 whatevers. I don't know what they are at the time. And I'm like,
I don't know what they call them, but it looked like the mom moose and the cow moose.
2 cows.
Or a calf or what, I don't know what they call them.
So I knock my arrow up and I take my backpack off and I'm sneaking up. And the mama puts her head up and you could see underneath the moose's chin, they have that double chin, whatever the hell it's called. And I'm like, oh fuck, that's a moose. I don't have a license for a moose, and moose can be mean, especially if they're protecting their baby. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to back off a little more. And then these guys are over there letting me know where they are by whistling. And I'm like, shut up.
I see something. I'm not sure what it is. It might be a chipmunk.
So I get over to them, like, hey, there's 2 fucking moose over here. And they're like, where? And I'm like, right there.
Which is weird. I've never seen moose up there.
So I tried to take a picture.
It's very uncommon.
I didn't realize my flash was on. And your dad's busting my chop. Yeah, sure, take a flash picture. So I turn the flash off. I get John a camera. He sneaks over. He's trying to get a picture of him. Now, I have not looked at those pictures yet, so I don't know if I got a picture of the moose or not.
I thought I got a really good picture of them. There's one on my phone. You can make out what they are, but it's...
We'll find out. We'll see what the camera shows.
But I was a little ballsy.
So
I got pretty close.
If we have a picture of the moose, it'll be somewhere in here.
And then it was, 2 days later, we went to the same spot. And you were probably 100 yards from me. I'm sitting down in my chair. And I was facing away from the mountaintop. And For whatever reason, I just turned around and I'm like, I saw movement. And I was like, oh. And there's two moose
again. And I could watch you across the thing, and I saw you knock your arrow. You get up, you have your arrow out.
I came down, and I went like this. Like
I saw that, yeah.
I went like that, like to like tell you there was two moose there, and they were going that way.
Well, my signal for moose was this. Your signal for moose was this.
Yeah, no, I thought about that. I was like, well, he probably thought there was like something with antlers. So then I was like, should I have done the YMCA thing like that? It's moose, but I don't know, whatever the fuck we did, and they just disappeared. We didn't see them again.
But now the only other time I saw a moose, and I don't even say it was in the wild because it was in the middle of town, like the elk we saw in Estes. When I was up in Alaska doing mission work up there, I saw moose along the road. It was a mom and a baby, and basically the mama attacked the vehicle because it got too close to her.
Yeah. Well, they say that moose is more female moose is more deadly than a bear.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it because we saw a bear up there. They didn't come out to the car, but it went after the car. The moose went after the car.
And bear they're nocturnal, and you really don't see a whole lot of bear. They kind of stay away.
So, what else went on? Some shenanigans.
There was a lot of cooking food, waiting to go out at night. There was fucking tons of people out on that road. It looked
on
like
the weekend,
LA freeway.
On the weekend, there was so many people up there camping, and you got these stupid hikers. Like, you know what? It's hunting season. Stay home.
Yeah. Another weird thing is I
crying baby at the next campsite. The kid, it wasn't a baby, but the kid was like just loud.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't hear that.
I would have smacked that kid.
Gonna pin you to the tree with an arrow, motherfucker. No, I just it was for me. It was totally relaxing. I could have spent another 3 weeks up there.
I was very relaxed while we were sitting in the woods. I didn't sleep well, but I didn't expect to. I had a great time. And like I said before, I'll say it again, I want to thank you and your dad for inviting me along. So our next expedition that we're looking at is maybe a hog hunt in Texas.
It's not maybe. It's gonna be.
It's gonna be. It ain't maybe. So I think my son Nathan will go along for that one. I'm going to invite my father. I'm going to invite Nathan's friend Chris because he wants to go on a.
Dude, I think that would be so fun.
And that one's a little more plush than what we had this time. You stay in a cabin, they make your food for you.
Yeah.
They take you out. You get 2 hogs.
2 hogs per person.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about driving down.
Dude, we'll get a truck full of fucking hog. I'll contribute to the cause. Yeah, I'm totally looking forward to that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not giving up on elk hunting. Elk hunting is...
I would love to go out again. I just don't know if I can afford it.
Well, me and you both did go kind of overboard.
A little bit. But I have everything I need now.
Right. When you really think about it, what the fuck do you actually need?
Well, really, all the clothes I took, like not hunting clothes, I didn't wear.
Yeah.
I washed them because the dirty shit that I put in my bag were with that stuff, so it all got washed. But the hunting clothes is what I wore for basically 2 weeks, except for 2 days.
That was the other one.
Ziggy's and Ozos.
And you were in your full camo regalia.
Yeah, that one dude was like eyeballing me.
Dude, he was fucking fucking you hard. The only thing I wish that was different is we had a dead fucking elk with horns hanging out the back. What the fuck you looking at, motherfucker?
If I had seen him gritting on me like that...
Oh, he was gritting on you.
Because you didn't tell me till we went out.
He was gritting on you hard.
When we came in, I saw him kind of glare at me. But I didn't realize he was looking at me the whole time. I just want my coffee, dude. That was good coffee.
When you walked by, he was like this. He's like... And I thought to myself, I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, you do your thing. Don't fucking grit on me.
I'm not going to judge you for being a hippie cocksucker.
I will knock that fucking caramel macchiato out of your fucking hand from 50 yards away with a fucking muzzy, motherfucker.
So when I told my wife that I shot one of my arrows into the trees,
yeah, she told me.
I hope it wasn't one of those good muzzies. I'm like, yeah, it was.
Oh, she told me, she's like, did he actually hit one of those trees? I said, no.
I did hit a tree, just not the one I was aiming at.
Hit a tree when it landed on the ground.
No, it hit the side of the tree and went off, and then it hit like 3 trees back. Look, it's in a tree, bro. That's all I know.
Yeah, so that counts.
I was going to do a sky shot, but
I told you this. You shoot one straight up in the air. And
I figured it would land on my foot or your foot, and that would be our luck.
Lands right on an L.
So that was Colorado, bro.
Oh, we left out 10 million things.
I'm just impressed with how beautiful the mountains are.
We had the fresh eggs, sausage.
Oh yeah, the farm fresh eggs and sausage that we got from the farm down the road from your dad's place. Chorizo and beans and tortillas out the ass.
Sure. Yeah. Kind of miscalculated how many tortillas we would actually need to
Well,
survive.
the first pack we went through quick. And then you got 3 packs.
The next 8 packs got thrown in the trash. We didn't even touch those corn ones.
Yeah, we did. We had them one night.
No.
Your dad wanted corn for one night. You made corn for him.
Okay, so I mean 1.
But it wasn't a total waste, my friend.
9.
So,
I'm looking forward to going back, man. I miss that place. Like today, I was driving over to here. I really got I was really down. Just
because these mountains are like puny compared to those.
No, it wasn't that. Like the scenery out here is really good.
Oh, it's nice. This time of year is beautiful.
I was just, you get to that place in your life where you feel like this is not where I want to be. It's not right.
I don't know that feeling at all.
You know, and I told you that every time I fucking go out there, when I come back, I want to move out there. And
I can see why.
Yeah.
Like now I can see why.
It hits home every time I do it. It's harder and harder and harder.
So maybe one of these times we'll go out to Iowa and hunt whitetail out in Iowa with my dad.
I'm down. You know I'm down.
Because out there he can use his crossbow, I can use the bow, you can use the bow. But again, that license ain't cheap either.
What's that one cost?
I think it was like $600 the last time I got one. Yeah, this license cost like almost $900.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a small game,
and fishing license,
and license.
That is my only regret while we were out there, that I didn't grab that rod and go down to that stream and try to catch some greenback cutthroats.
They're not in that stream though. They were only up at Zimmer.
No, they're in 4 streams. I don't know if they were in that stream. They're in 4 streams in that part of the state. But they do have regular cutthroats, which we could have had for dinner, in tortillas, with beans. So you got our recap, and you also got our in-country report while we were driving up to the mountains. Maybe this means much more to us than it does to you guys listening, but
for sure. I hope this thing stays on YouTube forever, because I'm going to listen to this when I'm like 80 years old.
Yeah.
So I remember what the fuck I actually did.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I know you did. You had
played with yourself.
You had a good time with your dad, which was cool.
Yeah. Dude, I love that picture you sent of me and my dad.
Yeah, I snuck that one.
Yeah.
I snuck that picture.
I was like, what the fuck is this picture?
I just saw you guys looking over the map, and I'm like, man, that is just...
I'm gonna send it to them.
Father and son, that's just a good picture.
That was a great picture. I'm gonna send it to them now.
And I was just thankful to be included in the trip, so I appreciate it.
And there was no fucking drama.
No drama.
No drama.
You know what's funny? Because people at work said, "Oh, you guys go." When we went to Saipan, Did I mention we were Saipan?
No, I don't think so.
Have we ever mentioned? Okay.
Deb said it. Yo, you know who I ran into at the grocery store yesterday?
Who?
Fernandez.
Really?
And I saw him through the whole grocery store. Then we ran into him. I ran into him in an aisle. So, yo, what's up? He was there with his wife or whatever. And he's like, "What's up, Toki?" And I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "I just got back from Colorado." He's like, "Oh, yeah." He's like, and he knew.
Yeah, because I talked to him about it.
He knew somebody went out there with me. And he goes, "Who'd you go out there with?" I was like, "Big Mike." And he was like, "You guys didn't kill each other?" I'm like, "No, we get along great."
I tell you what, when we went to Saipan, I don't think we didn't even rub each other the wrong way.
I bitched at you one time, and that was when it was hot on the second house, and I cut that wood wrong, and you were like, "You need to cut it this way." I'm like, "I know."
Oh, I didn't even catch that, bro.
And it was just like one little snip, and like
because that's heat. That's heat talking. That's nothing else.
Big Bang caught it, and that's when he was like, "Cut here, here, and there." But that's how we work together.
And then when we went out here, everybody's like, "Oh, you're gonna kill each other." Like, dude, it was no drama.
Bro, we work great together.
I think we do too. I'm just glad to have you as a friend. So
yeah, I know I don't know. It's like we click good.
You cut me off a whole awful lot.
Well,
and sometimes I want to reach across this table and smack it. But I like it. No, it was a good time. And beautiful scenery. I like, and legit, I'm like a Japanese tourist.
You're worse than Japanese tourists.
I don't lay across the hood of my car and take pictures. But I just...
You might as well.
I love looking at those pictures and seeing, oh man, that was so beautiful. Just like I go back and look for like the pictures of Saipan all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, that was so cool. That was a good day. So, well, I think that is going to wrap it up. I think we have like an hour and 20 minutes on this one because we have like 20 minutes on the road. And I had a few minutes in the woods where I talked about what we were doing.
Where you touched yourself.
I probably did. Between mooses. So we took on the Rocky Mountains. Now you go take on the world.
Yeah. Hold on, stop. Welcome back to the Shit Show 2.0.
Okay, Boomer.
Damn millennials. Wow.
Did not know that. Even flirters who are obviously mentally ill.
Oh, this is gonna go downhill real quick.